is there any questions you have for me so far, or do you feel like is there anything you want me to go back over?
No, I think you explained it all pretty well. I don't have any questions.
Okay, so now we're going to move on to Azine's scores for his composite scores. I'm sorry, tongue-tied there for a second. Okay, so we've got oral language, literacy, comprehension, and then his overall score. So the other four were just more essential. These are just they're not as essential. So Azine's oral language scale score is at a 344 and his proficiency level is a 3.2. Literacy scale score is 356 and his proficiency level is 3.5. Azine's comprehension scale score is 360 and his proficiency level is 3.7. And then his overall scale score is a 352 and his proficiency level is a 3.4. So closer to 6.0 would be the literacy score, the comprehension, and then his overall is just 0.1 away from being closer to 6 again, which is great. So that the score is closer to 1, so the oral language and his overall score we will use to, just as the same before, to help him support him in class and give him the accommodations he needs. So the can-do, so with back to the WIDA levels. So the WIDA can-do descriptors, I mentioned them before, but I can go into detail for you a little bit more now. So for his listening proficiency level, he was a level 4. So this lets me know that Azine can exchange information and ideas with other, connect people and events based on oral information, apply key information about processes or concepts presented orally, and identify positions or points of view on issues in oral discussions. So that's a pretty good level. I want to get him closer to 6, but so speaking proficiency level, this tells me that Azine is likely to be able to communicate ideas and information orally in English using language that contains short sentences and everyday words and phrases. So he can share about what, when, or where something happened. He can compare objects, people, pictures, and events, describe steps and cycles or processes, and express opinions. His reading proficiency level is a level 3, which he is able to understand written language related to common topics, and he can participate in class discussions about it. So he can classify main ideas and examples. He can identify main information that tells who, what, when, or where something happened. He can identify steps in written processes and procedures, and he can recognize language related to claims and supporting evidence. For his writing proficiency level, it's a 3. He can communicate in writing related to common topics as well, so he can describe familiar issues and events, create stories or short narratives, and describe processes and procedures with some details. And he can also give opinions with reasons in a few short sentences. So, I just want to remind you that Azine's access scores are used to monitor his language development and that students move along this process at different rates. Azine will take the access for ELLs 2.0 each year, and that this year's skill scores and proficiency levels will be compared to next year's scores and proficiency levels to measure her progress in the process of language development. So I have been and I will continue to use a variety of strategies to support Azine's English language development and increase proficiency in reading, writing, listening, and speaking in English. And then in addition to the access for ELLs, I will be using authentic assessment tools like self-assessment, self-editing, checklists, peer editing, rubrics, observations, and anecdotal notes in the classroom to measure and monitor Azine's language development and proficiency in reading, writing, listening, and speaking in English. Let me make sure I didn't miss anything going over with you. Do you have any questions or this far?
I believe so.
Okay, and I want you to remember that these copies you can take home, look at them. If you have any more questions about them later, just email me, call me, text me, whatever. I want to make Azine's process and progress the best we can. I am confident that with mine and the schools and your support and these instructional strategies, Azine will meet the criteria to exit the language support program in the next few years. And then, did you have anything else you wanted to include in the meeting?
I don't believe so. Thank you.
Okay, well, thank you so much for taking the time to meet with me. I'm excited to have Azine here with me, and like I said before, he is such a hard worker, so I can show you back to the front office, and thank you.